So this session is a continuation of session number 5. Let us move to the next rule. Some indefinite pronouns such as all, some, none, any, more, and most are singular or plural depending on what they are referring to. Generally, these pronouns are referred to by the acronym SANAM, SANAM, which are formed by the first letters of these words. Let us see some usages of these SANAM pronouns. Some of the fruits were stolen. Here, some is the pronoun used, and because some of the fruits, because it is of the fruits, and fruits is a countable plural, therefore, some of the fruits will take a plural verb. So, were. So, some of the fruits were stolen. Let us see this example. Again, the pronoun is some, but now we are talking of some of the water. And because water will be considered singular, it will take a singular verb is. Some of the water is gone. Let us take a look at some other usages. None of you claims responsibility for this incident. Here, none takes a verb which is singular, claims. But even this sentence would have been correct. None of you claim the responsibility for this accident. Because none as a word can take both singular or plural verb. None of the students have done their homework. So thus we have just seen the usage of SANAM pronouns which can take either a singular or a plural verb, generally depending on the context in which these words have been used. Next, in the previous session we saw one rule that for every pronoun there must be an appropriate antecedent. Let us take a look at some more examples. The forest rangers discussed several measures to prevent poaching of animals beneficial to it. Now, what is the pronoun in this sentence? The pronoun in this sentence is it. What can it refer to? It can either refer to animals, but can we have a singular pronoun it referring to animals which is plural? The answer is no. So, therefore, it cannot refer to animals. How about it referring to forest rangers? Again, the same problem. It is a singular pronoun. Forest rangers are plural. Therefore, it cannot refer to forest rangers. Apart from the pronoun error, there is another error here, and the error of modifier. Beneficial to it cannot modify animals. And therefore, this construction doesn't seem appropriate. However, I do not intend to discuss modifiers here. I will merely adjust the modifier error by correcting the above sentence. But before that, I hope all of you have understood the error, and the error is the pronoun it does not have any antecedent. That means it does not have any noun to which the word it can refer. But if you look at the sentence carefully, the forest rangers discussed several measures. Obviously, they would discuss several measures which are beneficial to the forest. And therefore, if I want to correct this sentence, we can correct the sentence by restating it this way. The forest rangers discussed several measures which are beneficial to the forest and which help to prevent poaching of animals. This rectifies the error. So there are two things which the forest rangers did. Number one, they discussed measures beneficial to the forest, and they discussed measures which help to prevent poaching of animals. Let us take a look at another example. Manish walks to work because it takes him only 10 minutes. Again, what is the pronoun? The pronoun is it. And there is only one noun in the sentence, which is Manish. Obviously, this is illogical because Manish cannot take only 10 minutes. And therefore, the word it, the pronoun it, is incorrectly applied here. A better way to restate the sentence will be Manish walks to work because the walk takes him only 10 minutes. Let us take another example. Though the term Robocop appears geeky and fanciful, it is only a robo who acts as a cop. Again, the pronoun is it, and what can this it refer to? It refers to the term. And this is absolutely right. It can refer to a term. However, if you look at the remaining part of the sentence, it is only a robo who acts as a cop. And because it is used in place of term, if I replace it by the term, we get is the term is only a robo who acts as a robocop, which sounds illogical. How can a term be a robo? So it cannot refer to the word the term or the noun the term. And therefore it is ideal to replace the sentence as follows. Though the term Robocop appears geeky and fanciful, it only refers to a robo who acts as a cop. Here, we are correctly using the word it only refers. So the term refers to a Robocop. It is not a Robocop in itself. The next error is the error in the use of this, that, and which. Each of the above pronoun refers to a specific antecedent. We often use them to refer to a whole idea or the entire preceding sentence, which is incorrect. Because pronouns must refer to a specific antecedent and will not refer ideally to a sentence or an entire preceding sentence. For example, look at this sentence. Nowadays, students wrestle with matters of academics, relationships, and peer pressure, and that is what makes their lives miserable. Now, what are the two pronouns here? The first one is there. The pronoun there correctly refers to the noun students. What about the pronoun that? What does that refer to? That can have only a specific antecedent. So, what is the antecedent of that? Nowadays, students wrestle with matters of academics, relationships, and peer pressure, and that is what makes their life miserable. That does it refer to academics? Or does it refer to relationships? Or does it refer to peer pressure? The context of the sentence tells us that it refers to all the three. And remember, that actually refers to the struggle that the students have with academics, relationships, and peer pressure. And that is why the word that in isolation is not appropriate in this sentence. Because the word that cannot refer to the entire sentence that precedes the word that. It can refer to only a particular noun. And hence, this sentence can be corrected as nowadays, students wrestle with matters of academics, relationships, and peer pressure, and this struggle is what makes their lives miserable. So, see, we have used the words this struggle instead of that to rectify this error. And now, this struggle refers to all the three matters of academics, relationships, and peer pressure. We now look at use of relative pronouns. Who, which, that, and whose. Use who, whom, whose to refer to people, and use which and that to refer to animals and things. It is Ram who broke the bow at the Swamvar. Here, who refers to Ram. My pet dog Jackie, which was with us for the last 10 years, is no more. Now, here, the use of who is appropriate because we have a name for the pet dog. So, if I just use the sentence, my pet dog, then I would replace this who by which. But if we start by saying my pet dog Jackie, then it is ideal to use the word who. So my pet dog Jackie, who was with us for the last 10 years, is no more. The table which oblique that I bought at the sale broke within 2 days of being bought. Next, essential and non-essential clauses. We use which for both non-essential as well as essential modifiers or clauses. But we use that only for essential modifiers or essential clauses. I'm going to the lake, which is my favorite place for bird watching. It means that which is my favorite place for bird watching is not important to the completion of meaning of this sentence. The sentence only wants to convey I am going to the lake. So therefore, this modifier after the comma, which starts with the word with the relative pronoun which, is not an essential modifier, it is a non-essential modifier. But look at the next sentence. I am going to the lake that has facility for water sports. So there might be several lakes, and I am going to that lake which has the facility for water sports. So here, that anything that follows the relative pronoun that is an essential modifier of the word lake. I can also replace it with which, because which also can be used for essential modifiers. I am going to the lake which has facility for water sports. Remember, a modifier starting with a which after a comma is always a non-essential modifier, a very important point. This which generally refers to the word that precedes it in the sentence. So if I have used the word which in this sentence, it will always refer to the word lake. Or if I've used the word which here, this also will refer to the lake. So which is the favorite place for bird watching? Lake is the favorite place for bird watching. So with this we come to an end of this session of pronouns. Should you have a feedback on the session, please feel free to write to us at studentservices@pfindia.com. Thank you.